Okay, welcome everybody to Intangible Studio. After you log in and go through the question and answer section, you'll be dropped into your home page, which should look a lot like this when you first get to it. There's a couple things I want to point out. The first thing you're presented with is a bunch of showcase templates that we prepared for you, so you can go in and look and digest the various settings and see if any of these could be a good jumping off point for you. I just want to go through a few quick things here. The subscription page, this is all the information about cost. Usage will show you your usage and allow you to manage your billing. And then settings are a few other settings for graphics and language and other things like this. Pretty standard. I really do want to point out the help and feedback section. This is a great place to get directly in touch with us should you have problems. This is also shown on the project page, which I will show you now. So if I go to a project and I hit new project, I will enter our project environment. And what you'll first see is an empty 3D scene. It's an environment that you can start to build your set or location into. I'm just going to go quickly around from the top left and come all the way around to show you a few things. I highly encourage you to label your projects so they're not all called Untitled. Under this menu, you'll see the scenes that you have set up. So you can have various scenes. Think of those like acts in a movie or specific locations that you're working on. We'll get to that a little bit later. You also have the option to adjust the time and location of the sun. It can just give you a better impression of the environment. You can also turn on fog if you want to make things a little more moody and feel a little more depth rich. The terrain is accessed here. You can change the color to your liking so that the 3D scene responds a little better to reviews and whatnot. You can also remove the grid if you don't want to see the grid and make it look like a 3D application. At the top here we have what we are calling our 3 modes. So in the old Intangible, these were not as separated, but now they are. So we have build mode, we have compose mode, which is where you set your cameras and shots and do all your animation work, and then the visualize mode. It's going to ask me to create a shot. I'm just going to go ahead and do it so I can show you. This is a visualizer. So this is the area of the system that connects to all the generative models. We have an auto prompt that will generate for you, so you don't have to type out a big long prompt. It's going to look at your 3D scene and fill this in. I'll go into more in depth on that in other tutorials. So build is where you construct stuff. Compose is where you put your cameras in and look at the things and set up shots. And then visualize is where you actually turn those into rendered images of your liking. In the upper right hand corner here, you have your token count, and you have the ability to share your project with someone via email if they also have a copy of Intangible on their system. And the lower right, dismiss this real quick. In the lower left, again, these are the orbit controls, like for orbiting and panning and zooming around, or I did that backwards. And then of course there's the F key for framing, so any object that is selected will be framed. At the very bottom we have our asset library, which has over 6,000 assets in it that are free for you to use, or you can upload your own. I go into more in depth with this in another tutorial. This little marker here is just the Marquee selector. By default, it's a single point click for the mouse, but if you want to select multiple objects in the scene, that's how you do it. And then finally at the bottom right, we have our AI composer, and this is a really fun thing to use. It's an agent that you can actually talk to, and it will go get you things or build you whole scenes based on how descriptive you want to be. So I just asked it for a cube really quick, and it found it, and it put a cube in the scene for me. You can also see that came into view here is our camera. So that's the shot that I created when I went into compose mode and into visualizer. And that is a quick rundown of the entire system. Once you go from the home page and jump right in, this should give you a good start. And I'll go into all these in more depth in later tutorials.